Virtus.pro game number 2. And Alliance are, of course, trailing one game after Virtus.pro completely destroyed them in every single team fight in the last game. It was gosh darn brutal. Alliance, can you put together a better team fighting roster this time around? Or are you going to get stomped to the ground once again? I certainly hope not. But Theben, let's find out. What do you think?
They gave the Omni again. VP's gonna have Sven once again. The thing about VP is they don't get tired of playing the same drafts over and over again. You know, they like winning. They're not gonna try something new if they know this is their strat and it's gonna win the game.
Ooh, I like
so
this
Alliance, yeah, they go with the Shadow Demon first.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They might pick something else other than Sven, just maybe like small percent chance, but I think they're just gonna take the Sven here.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
It's so just strong. Like, it's not, the thing about VP is it's not just the Sven that's the problem, right? It's everybody on the team, right? Yeah. Everyone's playing some kind of tier 1 powerful hero. So if you put all your emphasis onto that Sven, then everybody else owns you, right? Because you're no longer focusing the other heroes in the game. And VP, like, their chance of winning this game just skyrocketed again, like game 1, because they just have this combo already that puts so much stress onto Alliance's draft. Hey man, this is the last day of the patch, okay? It's just the last day. Just enjoy it.
Just enjoy it. Yeah. Enjoy Sven. I'll try my best. But I like what Alliance are doing. They're trying to come up with some answers for it. Like
as for Timber.
Shadow Demon is a nice answer to the Omni Knight. Timber is a nice answer to this double strength lane. So yeah, I mean, I can dig Alliance's answers. Is it going to be strong enough to beat the Sven though? See, I kind of feel like they haven't really gotten. Well, I don't know. It's about how you play is how you beat Sven. You know, you have to be invading his triangle. You have to be trying to catch him out as he's farming and he's vulnerable. These heroes won't do that, but they will win in the lane. And Shadow Demon is going to help out in the team fights to counter this GA and such.
It is a pretty annoying hero for them to deal with.
Yeah.
That is for sure. But pretty sure VP is also ready for this. They know that having the Omni and the Sven together just throughout the game is going to be better than having a bad lane against a Timbersaw. The Timber will have a pretty good lane, that's for sure. But VP do have 3 follow-up picks just to shut down this Timber. And this time they banned the Phantom Assassin out. Last game they did not ban the Phantom Assassin out, but this time they do. They see that maybe the Timber could create enough space for the PA to be stronger and farm more, or have more space to be able to deal with the Sven.
Yeah. Open up the map.
Interesting.
That's what you need to do. Don't get yourself choked
Lions out. Ban out the Invoker. Now, DP all of a sudden looks pretty decent too against Alliance. DP's pretty bad against Shadow Demon though. When you get Demonic Purged, and if you cast Yules, like DP is dependent on the Yules, right? When they jump you need to go in the air while you're siphoning so you can heal while you're invincible. The Purge removes the Yules right away. Like you don't even go, you go off for like a 0.1 second and instantly gets removed. So maybe DP isn't the best, but it's one of the better heroes against Timbersaw. The silence is annoying, Siphon's annoying. Sometimes Timber joins the fight without any armor stacks.
Yeah, that's definitely where you can catch him off guard and try and run him down. You need to have some ideas on how to bring down this hero because, Virtus.pro, whilst they're really good at putting together these drafts, they almost always do it in a way which counters the opening picks of the enemy team. So whatever they pick up, I'm fairly sure it's going to be a pretty good idea on how to get rid of these heroes. Any predictions?
We might still see the Death Prophet. That's what I'm thinking right now from Alliance or VP, like one of the teams. But I think most likely Alliance. They do still like it against the Omni Knight. VP didn't ban it out. Alliance do ban out the Mars, so we will not be seeing this. We will not be seeing the same draft from VP. That's for sure, because the Mars is gone, and they banned the Storm too. This gives an opening for VP now to get their Void Spirit, which they play very well with. I don't think they're gonna go Kunkka because of the Timbersaw on the side of VP. So Void Spirit, something I want to see from VP. Phoenix, probably not the best choice possible Skyrath Mage game from Virtus.pro. That's a
Naughty.
pretty good hero against Timbersaw.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's not great playing it into the disruption because you can counter Mystic Flare pretty well, but I still like it in general.
It's just about the silence, right?
Yeah.
And the magic burst that you have. You also have a Sven on your lineup, so you got that disable as well. Save what you're gonna get for yourself. I mean, Alliance is gonna pick first. They're gonna get the position 5 here. It's looking like there's no Undying, obviously, because first phase banned. That's like FNG's tier 1 S tier hero that he loves to play, other than Omni Knight. Venge draft. We could also possibly see a Venge draft come out from Alliance.
I'd quite like that. Oh, they go with the
Leshrac. Oh, a different route.
Spicy.
Interesting.
Spicing it up. I like this. You know, go out with a bang. Try some new ideas. It's the end of the patch. See what you can do. Something you've been thinking
Dude,
about.
I like this hero.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So this Leshrac, they also picked against who was that? Gambit, I think. In their best of 5, they played against Gambit. Yeah, and they had a Leshrac. Oh, that was really good game for it.
Yeah.
So this is most likely mid Lesh, right? That's it. Like they actually, I'm surprised they even picked their mid this early, and like they're holding off on their +5 for now.
Ugh. Viper. There's the answer to the Timbersaw, as we mentioned earlier on, and does do pretty damn well versus that Leshrac as well. You just drop the ultimate on him, and stops him running around and just kind of blasting everyone down with his magic damage. It's very annoying. Good pipe builder as well.
And this means most likely a tiny pickup from Virtus.pro, so they can have that with the Viper in the offlane. If it's a Viper mid, then we will see a different position 3 hero, and then we won't be seeing a tiny. If that's the case. But Viper is also very good against Leshrac middle, so that's why I'm kind of leaning more towards this Viper going mid against Leshrac.
Interesting. Alliance, though, next pick for them. This is usually the point where they pick up their carry, but I believe they have... yeah, there we go. They will grab the Life Stealer and save the last pick for their +4.
So this makes me think, because they picked the Life Stealer right now, that the Leshrac could be a flex on the 4 now, and not the mid laner anymore. And then the Shadow Demon will be the 5, and they're just going to wait to see VP's last 2 heroes, and then draft up something to counter all of that. Because Timber doesn't really need help, right? Laning into a Sven Omni Knight. So there's even a potential Alliance that's just going to tri-lane with this Leshrac Lifestealer Shadow Demon combo, and just like solo this Timbersaw, which I wouldn't be surprised with, honestly. They've done something similar to that before in the past.
Yeah.
A different situation, but still the idea is there. VP not seeing the Lifestealer, maybe they're probably deterring from picking from picking a tiny, or even putting the Viper in the offlane. This is looking more and more like a mid Viper now.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I'm mostly looking at this Leshrac and just wondering, you know, it's really nice to combo it up with the Shadow Demon. Of course, if he's not a core, then he doesn't have to be farming, so he can just go around with the Shadow Demon. These two can just make plays through the entire game, and it's very easy to make that happen. Virtus.pro, however, are going to take the Tidehunter. That's going to confirm the Viper is going to be mid, and that is going to mean the Tidehunter is going to be in the off lane. Now, does a Tide survive versus a tri-lane of Lifestealer, Leshrac, and Shadow Demon?
There's not a lot of heroes who can survive tri-lanes if it's just 2 going into the off lane. My concern more is about the Timber versus the Tide. Like, you just drafted Tide into Timbersaw. Yeah. So this Timber is having a much more of a free game now. Like, either side lanes he goes to, doesn't matter for him.
Ballin'.
Honestly, they could just solo Timber safe lane now and just go aggro tri-lane with Lifestealer, Leshrac, and Shadow Demon.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That could be the play for
Tide, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the play from Alliance here. Like, why not?
Yep.
Unless they obviously put the Leshrac mid, then they'll pick another 4 or 5, and then still, they should tri-lane, I think, on the side of Alliance. They need to do something a bit different. And Timber is going to have a good lane no matter who he plays against.
Yeah, he should be fine. And S4, you know, he likes making space in this Timber. He loves playing alone and just letting his +4 do whatever he wants. That's his favorite way to play in the off lane. He just wants to enable Hanskin to be more active.
Pugna banned out from Virtus.pro. Interesting. I would think not the best hero for Alliance to take, but maybe they're thinking like, oh, they don't want to get pressured up early on and have all their towers be dead to Leshrac, Edict, and Pugna Blast.
Yeah.
Alliance banning out Windranger. They're banning out save heroes right now. Windranger, maybe a Skyrath, possibly. It's one of Save's heroes too.
So, final pickups. Virtus.pro. No, I was just trying to think if they could actually run the Viper as a 4 this game, but no, I don't think they will do. There's some really good mids.
Viper as a 4? Did you say Viper as a 4?
I did.
No, please don't. No.
I mean, putting it on the side lane versus a Timber might be really nice, and then you can kind of counter him out. But
that's kind of true. But you rather, I mean, you have Tide. Unless Tide goes mid, OG style, right? Unless Tide goes mid, I really don't see this Viper going to silent. And they do ban the Tiny though, just for the safety of that. In case for whatever reason Viper does go side lane, they don't want that Tiny Viper combo, which is probably the best combo, and VP have played it multiple times.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. And the final pickup from them will be the Skyrath Mage. Comes down eventually. Long distance snipe. There
was many picks that went before the Sky came out, but it came out nonetheless. I do think the Alliance should have got rid of Sky instead of Tiny though.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense for them to put the Tide Hunter mid that much, and they're not gonna put Tiny and Tide off lane, especially against a Timber, right? Tiny hates playing against Timber Saw. That's just a given. So the Sky will provide a bit of burst damage. Oh, Nyx!
No, I don't like that. I can't get behind that.
Their draft was going so well until I see Nyx. That's a position for Nyx.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so I mean, this is kind of considered to be a classic counter to the Skyrath Mage. Mana burn, very, very good against Skyrath.
And Viper.
And Viper as well, pretty good at just kind of stunning him up and locking him down. But I mean, it's still Nyx Assassin. There's a reason we're not really seeing that hero a whole lot. I guess there is 2 heroes as well, which the break's going to be quite good at. 3 heroes, which the break's going to be pretty good against. The Sven, the Viper, and the Tide. I can see its value, but at the same time, I can't get behind it, guys. I can't. Can you get behind it?
I really can't, but I can see how it works when the Timber and the Lifestealer win their lanes really hard.
Yeah.
Right? You need both your sideliners to win their lanes really hard. If you can do that, then I can see the Nyx having impact. Right? The problem with Nyx is early game, right? He doesn't really provide a lot, and then later in the mid game, if he gets enough levels, he's a beast, right? If Dota started with all heroes being level 14, then Nyx would be a god tier hero in almost every single game, right? But that's the problem. He doesn't provide a whole lot in the lanes. His early game is a bit weak too, especially when his Vendetta is on cooldown. But if they can get to that mid game, 50-50 or even ahead on Alliance, then this Nyx is going to be extremely valuable. Other than that, I'm not the biggest fan of a last pick Nyx Assassin. I don't think it really is not the game-changing hero that I was hoping for.
It's not what we were hoping for, but it's what we're getting, and it's what Alliance are going to go for. We got to trust in S4 head or S5 head. Which one's going to turn up? Well, let's find out. Let's get into game number 2 of VP versus Alliance, battling it out for the elimination. And Alliance are very, very close to that elimination. They're putting their faith, their hopes, their dreams in a Hanskin Nyx Assassin. Question marks have been raised. Answers maybe on the horizon. Is it good? Is it bad? Let's find out. Ilias and Epileptic Kid chilling out in the safe lane together. I mean, this does look like a good dual lanes now, to be fair. Oh, Hanskin. He's going to see a lot of heroes here. Run, run. That's literally the entire Virtus.pro squad. Hanskin, run away. He's going to be all right.
30 seconds to battle.
So that allows Nika to take both druids at top, which is quite nice.
Yeah, if they can do it, that'll be really nice indeed. And Hanskin, we might see him go for that bottom bounty as well. They might just try to get 4 bounties on the side of Alliance here. It's quite possible at this rate. But Tide going in, He's like, no way you get my bounty rune.
Oh, FNG's in some trouble.
FNG.
Pops the disruption, interestingly. Nico Baby gonna have to stick around for the bounty rune here, trying to body block up DM, but is not quick enough as DM's able to grab it, and now FNG, well, he is running into no man's land right now, trying to get to somewhere, but unfortunately he is just gonna drop as Save drops down with the spells, a couple of concussive shots, a couple of right clicks, one more will be required. Oh, Fairy Fire out from FNG. If he can get out of vision, just the concussive
GPK.
shots. Oh, digging through the trees, digging through the trees. He's not going to be out the other side, though. Just trying to hide as he's now going for the blocks. No, he's not trying to block out a save here. That's really nice. Going for the TP now as well. He's actually going to live. No first blood for you, Save. Oh, that was beautiful. Using the disruption illusions to block his pathing so he couldn't follow through the trees, allow him to TP out. Incredible stuff from Handskin.
Handskin, FNG, give the man credit. The right.
Sorry,
man,
FNG, Jesus,
crazy.
Jesus, thank you. Yeah.
Holy. I thought he was just dead, and not only that, he wasted GPK's time too. GPK didn't get a block, had to TP back to the mid lane. Scarlet doesn't start in the lane too. Nice, good start for Alliance. I mean, he does have to walk back top, but that's okay. His carry's a life stealer. He doesn't mind soloing.
Yeah, and Save only just arrived back to the top lane as well because he spent so long walking from the that camp over up towards the lifesteal, so he's only just arrived. There's been very little pressure put on Nico Baby. Yeah, thumbs up for FNG. Incredible.
Bottom lane, very classic stuff happening. Pulls 4, goes behind the second creep wave, drags it in front of Timber's tower, and S4 just gonna do S4 things. Just chill down here, farm it up. He will start pressuring up the Sven once he's like level 3, level 4-ish. But for now, it's just going to be a farm fest down here.
Yep, just eat them creeps. See who comes out on top. Imagine it will be a slight advantage to S4 in the end, but Sven's going to be able to bounce back with a creep, so it won't be long that he's behind. Although that said, S4 is struggling straight off the bat. Only having himself 4-2 currently, with the Sven's 10-2. Not good stats, but hopefully that should improve over time as he gets a couple more points in Whirling Death. Meanwhile, at mid, we have Limp laning up into GPK, the Leshrac into the Viper. Pretty Viper favorite
taking a lot of
matchup,
damage.
He is indeed, yeah. Poison belt, 5 stacks upon him.
Wow, that's a TP for him.
Ooh, in comes the disruption from FNG. Limp is ready with the stun, lands it nicely, controlling up the GPK Viper, but he's actually just going to straight up TP himself away. Goes all the way back to the fountain, though, so that is costly.
But Limp, what is his plan? Oh, he doesn't know where the Viper is. He thinks Viper TP to a tier 1, but he actually went back to base. He's still gonna stick around though. Needs only one more creep to get his bottle up. So you're locking it back. Oh, good play then from FNG.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't do that, that Leshrac would have been completely kicked out, lost a bunch of XP, and not only does he save him and gets Viper to the base, but also double stacks in the jungle too, which Leshrac loves to farm at 6.
Yeah, he does indeed burst through these. I mean, Leshrac is essentially played the exactly same way as Zeus is these days. Use that magic damage to take down the creep waves, break down some stacks, and get yourself some money. Simple.
Yep.
We haven't really talked a whole lot about the top lane since the very start shenanigans, but it is tied versus Lifestealer. Classically, Lifestealer's pretty happy in this lane. And it's just going to open up FNG to make these rotations and feel safe that his Lifestealer is not going to get killed off. So we'll probably see a bit more of that. Or we'll just make stacks. One or the other.
I think stacks is just better because you have Leshrac who wants to farm it. But then again, VP know those stacks are happening. Viper will want to steal that.
Yeah, they need to be very aware of that on the side of Alliance.
And Tide.
Can't let these stacks go.
I fully expect both DM and GPK to just run in there about 5.5 minutes in, maybe 6 minutes in. Meanwhile, Limp does get a haste rune and is just farming it up. He's not going to die to the Viper any longer while he still has that haste.
Yep, get out of jail free card. It's very nice for him in the mid lane. Like he doesn't want to be playing aggressively remotely onto this Viper. He just wants to survive this lane and then hit jungle creeps afterwards.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Epileptic Kid still doing very well. at the moment, level 4. Last time I saw S4 play into this Omni Sven combo with this Timber, I think it was an Omni Sven combo. He did very, very well. This time around, not as good. I wonder if it's because of the Nyx factor. It could possibly be. Oh, Hanskin steals the bounty. The stun. Good. FNG going for the other bounty. Dude, FNG has just been such a menace this game. Damn. This man, he refuses to lose. It's like a... Yeah.
Yeah, he's mad. He wants his team to stay in the tournament. He's doing everything he can. He's making the plays. He's having an absolutely dream time on the Shadow Demon so far, making a ton of really nice plays.
His first 5 minutes has been really spot on by FNG so far.
Good stuff. The rotation to mid, the 0-minute jukes, the taking the bounty runes.
It's time.
So far.
He wants the farm. 5:30. Here it is. Any rotations from VP? Doesn't look like it. Limp. Oh, look at this juicy farm.
That splitter.
That feels so good.
Ugh, yum yum creeps. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, Lepoleptic is kind of being chased by S4 here. He's trying to go for the kills. Ilias is going to be able to heal him up though, so I don't think he's in too much danger of actually dying. Although saying that, he just hits level 6, gets the Chakram, and that's going to be first blood for S4 solo onto the Sven. Whilst this Leshrac farms up these jungle creeps all by himself. I mean, this is looking real good for Alliance currently.
Yeah. Just the fact that they got that farm and get the solo kill, he instantly went from 6 to 7 as soon as he kills this creep, like just a sliver away. And this is where it's so problematic for VP, right? The catapult is down here. The Viper canceled this TP, so he can't actually get down here to try and save this tower either. As for a little bit low on mana, that's pretty much the only saving grace for them right now for this tower.
Yeah, but he's going to pop that Soul Ring and throw a bit of harassment the way of Ilias, continually chop him down. Meanwhile, Lifestealer going for a play onto DM up in the top lane. They want to try and crack the Watermelon, and they might be able to do exactly that. Ag Splash not going to help you against the magic damage of the Leshrac. They could maybe even pop them Rage as well, just to purge it off, so they bring him down. Meanwhile, Hanskin at mid is going to get targeted up. Science comes through. He's going for the TP as well, but he's not going to be able to make it out of there. Save and GPK just do way too much damage to him, and he will fall.
Yeah. Meanwhile, bottom still the pressure on the tower. Ilias trying his absolute best. He's got pretty good levels for himself, but that catapult is just not dying. As for just not allowing it to fall.
Nope. He is not. He is tanking up from the tower, tanking up from Ilias, just trying to run around in circles. Decides, hey, you know what? My time on this plane is done. Meanwhile, Limp dies up in the middle lane. They take down the Leshrac. That's pretty insane. Yeah, they get themselves both FNG and Limp, and now open up for this tower at mid.
So DM sees GPK and save, completely controlling the mid lane. Decides to TP there as soon as he's alive. Gets that big ravage onto these heroes. That's a hero you want to shut down early, Leshrac. You don't want to let this hero come online whatsoever. Because if he does, he's going to take all your towers very quickly. He's very hard to catch with that Boots of Travels build. And he just goes completely out of control from there. Very tight game so far. Like, the cores are only maybe 100, 200 gold apart from each other. Like, you see Alliance all at the top, but it's very close.
It is tight. It is tight. Less than 1k gold advantage for Alliance currently. And this Sven, you know, he's got the 3 points in Great's Cleave. He's going to run into the jungle and just do as much as he possibly can. He will farm faster than the Lifestealer if they give him the space to do so. Meanwhile, they found FNG going for a D-ward here. He's going to get dropped pretty quickly by saving GPK. Disruption comes out, but they won't be saving him. Stun comes in from Hanskin, doesn't quite connect onto GPK. FNG with the heals, it's not enough though. He's going to get burnt away by the poison of GPK. This combo of the Viper and the Skywrath is very nice as well. Just throwing down the poison attacks, throwing down the arcane bolts with the concussive shots. It's a lot of damage amplification. This time Hanskin is able to get off the spike carapace just about in time, but so much nukes coming through. The purification along with the right clicks and the spells coming out from the side of Virtus.pro will secure them this kill. And Limp, he is hanging on to Ilias here, but I don't know. Will he actually finish the job? Right clicks coming through, but the silence comes out. GPK and save. They are playing defensively to save their Omni Knight, and they're going to do exactly that. They might even get the return around kill as well. Let's see, a miss up onto the high ground might be enough to save him. FNG comes in and just disrupts him for the end of the poison, so Limp will survive.
Yeah, Limp was pretty dead there if it wasn't for that disruption. It's coming to the mid lane just in the nick of time. This did force S4 to come mid now, so he's not going to be pressuring up bottom or defending top. I mean, Nico Baby is already doing that.
Yeah.
He's going to be a bit vulnerable to Viper, though. S4. Oh, look what S4 is doing. He's trying to steal the bounties. And they're going to get 3 bounties again on Alliance.
Ooh,
Dude, Alliance
nice.
is on point this game. They're really got their head in the game.
Yeah, they do. They are having a great time just playing this laning phase, playing this early game. But, you know, they had an impressive early game last time as well. It was when the team fights came in where we started to get concerned about them. So, again, waiting until the team fights before I make any judgments on how this game's going to go.
For sure.
Again,
Big group up mid on BP. They really want to protect this catapult and take this tier 1 tower. And by doing this attacks right now, Sven is farming freely. No pressure on him whatsoever.
Nope. He is living
Very
the dream.
Soon to take over Nico Baby 2, who's been pretty much completely free farming. Did not lane into a timber saw or anything like that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Handskin doing a bit of scouting, saying hello to DM and GPK and watching them rotate up into the Lifestealer, so Nico Baby's going to know there's a lot of heroes heading his way right now. And it looks like he's trying to bait something. He has himself an Infest, of course, but he's got to be wary of that silence, which is available in 2 seconds. But he knows that, and he's just going to back himself away.
They also know DM TP bottom, so there can't be a Tidehunter in this top lane. Alliance just gonna run everybody middle. They're gonna pop the Edict in 1 second. Limp is doing such a great job. He forced a Tide bottom with his Edict and the Glyph, and now he goes middle for the tier 1 tower. Alliance opening up the map really well at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to kind of equate their both, and you know, the map presence of both of these teams. Cause I feel like Virtus.pro are just looking to already move on to their next tower, but then Alliance already took this bottom tower earlier on, so yeah, VP are just lagging a little bit behind in this game so far. But I'm not worried.
They are, and it's really annoying to play against Leshrac when your towers are dead, because you need to be very quick with your TPs and catches on the zero. You wouldn't want him to get out of control as soon as he gets that Boots of Travels. He doesn't have it yet, though. That's the one thing for VP going for them at the moment.
Yeah, they are not quite on him just yet. In fact, he goes for a full wand rather than going in for the Boots of Travels. In fact, he's actually queued up a BKB, interestingly.
Ooh, he has a different game plan then.
Yeah.
He just wants to fight into VP zeros.
I mean, I like it. I think I think they are going to need these BKBs in this game, other than the Lifestealer, of course. Although, even then, I feel like super late game, they might be considering as they jump onto GPK, and they are going to be able to take him down instantaneously. Goodbye, Viper. Save unable to do anything. Throws in a one last spell before he leaves. Meanwhile, Athletic is getting run down by Limp. Oh no! Oh no, the Leshrac gets a solo kill onto the enemy Sven. That's not how the story is supposed to go, and now Save's in some trouble as well. S4 realizing there's very little threats on the board, but unfortunately it gets silenced up, and S4 won't be able to finish the job on to the Skywrath. But wow, 2 critical kills across the map for Alliance here, as Limp's making some magic happen on this Leshrac.
It's a pretty big minute on Virtus.pro right now. Oh, sorry, for Alliance right now. They got mid tower, bottom tower, top tower soon to be dead. They get 3 huge kills, especially with the Sven and the Viper. And look at VP's map control right now. They're like pretty much squished onto their side of the map. Yeah. And they really need to make something happen. Save hasn't been able to make any plays with the Mystic Flare yet.
No, he's been very limited in what he's been able to output. You see Nico Baby and Hanskin here. I mean, they've got the silence, which they're going to throw down onto the Lifestealer straight away. They want to try and bring him down here. Hanskin trying to get inside that Mystic Flare, but he gets a rage off and gets inside Hanskin to save his life. Meanwhile, S4 jumping into the fight. They've used a couple of their ultis now, so I don't think they're very scared on Alliance, but at the same time, the Sven's nearby. They're seeing if they can maybe get out of God's Strength, something like that, as the silence gets dropped onto S4, so he can't move around for just a little bit. There comes the Atos, there comes the God's Strength. They're going to be able to take down the Timber Saw, but in the back, Nico Baby's going to jump out the other side, but the GA is there to counter it, so he can't actually bring down any heroes. And now the Rage is ending. He doesn't have an Infest either. He could be in some trouble. FNG comes in with the save, drops a Disruption, drops down the Demonic Purge, but there's a Ravage to control up the Lifestealer and to get on top of these two heroes. Beautifully done from DM to now move on top of FNG as well. He's going to be the next hero taken out by Virtus.pro, and Hanskin is coming into the creep wave. I think he wants to try and buy a bit of time here and see if he can just stop these pushes coming through. Goes for the TP away and will make it out. But still, once again, Alliance, you know, we've read this book before. They do great throughout the laning phase. They turn up to that first engagement and it just goes horribly wrong.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication from Alliance. S4 really wanted to fight and man up in that situation, but Nico Baby did use his rage before he infested into the Nyx, so he wanted that rage to be back up again before they would take the fight and try to kill the Viper. So Alliance probably should have just backed off as soon as they saved their Lifestealer, but sticking around a little too long and getting completely punished for it.
Well, not the first fight which Alliance were hoping for in this game. They thought they'd kind of played it really nicely as they managed to force out the God Strength, but then they realized that Timbersaw was actually getting beaten down pretty quickly. And I mean, I did like the idea, you know, force the God Strength, and then whilst they're focused on the Timber, try and go for a kill. Oh, FNG is there once again with the Disruption, perfectly positioned to make sure this Lifestealer can get out of it. Now he pops a Rage, actually looking to go in onto GPK here. He does not have an Infest, but doesn't really need it as the Split Earth comes through from Lim from the side to bring down the Viper, and now they look towards Save as well. He's trying to get himself away, but guess what? There's a Yules, and there's too much damage for this Skywrath to withstand it. He's going to lose his life as well.
What a counterplay. That was so beautiful from FNG. Just, I mean, he's always at the right place at the right time in this game. Getting that save on to the Lifestealer, purging up the Viper so he can't get out. Leshak also there, ready to fight with his allies. Trying to build up some momentum once again after losing that engagement top. Just gonna keep pressing on bottom. One thing about Alliance's draft, they cannot do Roshan very well. So there isn't a whole lot of reason for them to play around the top and mid area of the map apart from stopping the Sven's farm. But Nico Baby, he prefers to just play for his own farm at the moment, try to pressure this bot lane up, and I think that's the right call too. Leshak does have Edict that can take this tier 2 towers down very quickly. Maybe they also want to bring him down there.
Yeah, he's going for this Desolator on the Lifestealer to try and make Roshan a more feasible objective for them. But unfortunately, that's going to be a little while before he has it.
Limp also making his way to that BKB. He's got it very soon. They want to wait for these items actually before they take any engagements on Alliance.
You know what I actually wanted to see on GPK this game? Oh, S4 Timber Chain up to the high ground. FNG and S4 will be able to escape. Yeah, you know what I want to see on GPK this game though? I would have really liked a Blade Mail from him to try and play into
against the Leshak and the Timber. Yeah, it could have been good.
Not just that as well, but also with Save's Silence, you know, Blade Mail reflects the type of magic damage, the type of damage you receive, so if it's magic, then the Ancient Seal is going to amplify the damage being reflected, so you can see heroes just pop if they try and go on this Viper if they get the Ancient Seal put on them. Leshak won't have
I do like the Atos first though, because they don't have any catch really, especially since the Sven is just going to be farming up, so that's still okay. Maybe you just realize like, oh, I just need a bigger item right now. But I do like the idea of Blade Mail. It's pretty good.
But BKB also going to be very strong into this Leshak and this Timber as well, so just opting for the Magic community. They want to fight. Virtus.pro, they want to be as strong as possible. They love it when everyone's looking golden, when their 3 cores are looking nice and unkillable. That is when they feel strongest.
Yeah, and Alliance are feeling very comfortable to stay split on this map. Like Lifestealer just bottom, he knows he can't die right now. He's pretty tanky, he can just pop the Rage, TP out. Timber also feels unkillable. So Leshak has all the freedom to farm up the jungle camps, whereas VP, they need to stay tight together. They have the fear of this Nyx assassin or some kind of a smoke or something that could possibly come out. Look how many sentries they got on the side of the Radiant on the map right now.
Yeah, they are littering the enemy jungle with it. They want to know. They want to know where the wards are, and they want to get down the vision, and they want to make sure that they've got the advantage if they take a fight in the enemy jungle, which seems to be exactly what they want to do. Atos out onto S4. He doesn't really mind though. He's a happy boy. He's even got himself a Lotus Orb now as well, going straight Hood Lotus. That Purge is going to be very strong.
8 sentries of Virtus.pro versus 4 of Alliances on the map right now.
Wow.
That's a very sad Omni Knight. Constantly having to buy a bunch of cents just because of the Nyx factor at the moment.
But you know the thing I really like about Timbersaur's Lotus Orb purchase this game is that it can cover for the weaknesses of the Lifestealer. Because if he gets silenced, obviously he can't get off the rage. So that's when the Lotus Orb is going to come in to purge that off and just make sure he can get off these rages in the team fights.
It's very good. It's what Lifestealer needs as soon as the rage. He also needs these defensive items when the rage finishes. Right, because that's actually his weakest point. Not when like he needs to use a rage, but when his rage is about to run out. So Lotus, Glimmer Capes, these disruptions just to save. These are the things that Lifestealer enjoys having on his teammates.
Yeah, he does.
It's actually
just wants to be
often it's often a very scary thing when you're playing Lifestealer and you pop your rage and there's like so many heroes around you. Because you need to plan your escape out. Once your rage is down, you're pretty much a useless creep for the most part.
More or less. But they have now finished off the Desolator. I'm thinking they want to make some play, but DM just jumps in, drops a Ravage straight away. They're going to be able to completely destroy Handskin. The Nico Baby manages to get off that rage, but he's going to get Viper ulted up as well, controlling him up just a little bit. He needs to get inside a homie, and he's going to jump inside FNG. Meanwhile, S4 in the middle of the entire enemy team, but he is going to be able to get that Timber Chain away to safety. Now VP, they've dropped their ultimates for this one. Do Alliance back themselves away, or do they continue poking? I mean, GPK is getting those poisons stacked up upon him, but he is going to be alright as he backs himself off. Alliance, they don't want to get overzealous here. They can just wait for their Nyx Assassin to be back, and they can go for the counter-strike.
Definitely. This is Alliance's timing right now, right? They got that BKB on Limp. Lifestealer has a Desolator. Ravage is on cooldown. Gaussian's on cooldown. Instant smoke as soon as Hansken gets back.
And as for baiting beautifully in the middle lane, he can throw that Lotus Orb off onto himself, but he doesn't even need to as he jumps forwards onto the Viper. Viper getting beaten down here as Nico Baby just jumps in for save. The GA comes out, but unfortunately heals onto GPK, takes it off immediately, and they can just get on top of this Viper and kill him off as well. 2 kills for Alliance, and much less committed compared to what VP threw down for it. And guess what? They're heading into Roshan. They've got a Desolator. They've got 4 points in the Diabolic Edict. This Roshan is going to absolutely melt.
Indeed it is, and there's nothing that VP can do about this. 1 more minute left on the Ravage. Looking back now, that Ravage onto the Nyx probably was not worth it, as there was no other follow-up to go on to the next targets.
No, if they could have somehow found Nico Baby in the back after that, then yeah, it could have been something, but they needed to deal with Handskin, because you can't let that Nyx Assassin survive and then just get an impale on the back of you, so... But Virtus.pro really had their options limited, and now Nico Baby's going to pick up an Aegis.
He's a happy boy. Nico Baby. Just gonna keep shoving this bottom lane all the way out. And no fear of dying. Just pop rage, walk away, jump into a creep. But he did TP though. Doesn't have a TP escape. So he's just gonna be a bit patient for his teammates.
Yeah, but FNG, he's here to babysit. He's actually just being stalked by this Tidehunter illusion.
Yeah. They just A-click him. Chase him around. It's so annoying.
He's just pinging it. He's going, Nico Baby.
He's like, yo, Nico Baby,
please.
Can we kill this? They see me.
I
wonder what they're waiting for right now on Alliance. Do they have any big items coming out? I guess Leshrac has 500 gold from his Boot of Travels. Lifestealer, no, not really close to this AC. I would like to see them play top and mid and try to finish off these last 2 tier 2 towers.
Yeah, me too.
On Alliance. Also, that will give a chance for VP to show themselves in front of you, and maybe you can win those fights while you have this Aegis up.
But I was going to say it looks like they're making that classic sweep, but instead they infest inside the Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin pops the Vendetta, and he's going to now look for a hero to hunt. Meanwhile, they're throwing some spells at Leshrac in mid, but Lib's pretty chill. He knows how tanky he is. He's got himself a Yules. He's got himself a BKB. Good luck bringing this guy down. He's a big
He also
goat.
fogs the Stormhammer there. And Leshrac just walks away. And now he's going to be a fast boy. He's got Boots of Travels. Ooh, purple rune. Oh boy. That's a big rune for Lesh.
It is indeed. And Hanskin's going to be able to pop the entire smoke of Virtus.pro. However, they jump the Nick Assassin, but Nicobe just pops out. Hello, surprise! I'm going to jump straight on to save. Meanwhile, Epileptic Kid being controlled up in this team fight as he can't really get off his ultimate, but now he looks for a target. FNG controlling up with the Demonic Purge and just controlling the heroes, but now a big Ravage coming down. They might be able to take down Nico Baby with the cleave. They will be able to do so for the first time, but he's coming back to life, and they're losing health. DM is going to be the first one to go down here, probably, as they will get on top of him and take him out, along with Save dying earlier on. Alliance, they take this fight once again. It costs them the Aegis, but they'll be more than happy with that.
Limp also TPing after Epileptic Kid.
Epileptic Kid.
He's got him. Jukes.
Oh, Jukes.
All right.
Yep, blink across. Bye.
That's a place I have not seen. Someone juking into that little area there. Limp is still looking for him.
He is. He's confused.
Ankles. Yeah, ankles be broken for Mr. Limp here. He's just like, all right, whatever. I give up. Just gonna go for the tower. That would have been an insanely huge kill.
Yeah, that would have been game turning. But
looking
still big.
Back at that last fight, man, VP are really lacking the damage output at the moment. Alliance, with that disruption save, all they were able to really get was the Aegis from the Light Stealer. Timber wasn't even close to dying. Ilias?
Uh-oh. Yeah, this little hammer boy has hammered his last nail today, as he's going to get killed off trying to just be on the enemy side of the map, find some bounties, find some runes, find some camps. Where he believed it might be safe. 10k gold advantage for Alliance, though. They're feeling very, very happy. Eleshrak is strong, their Lifestealer is stronger. The Sven, he's still a threat, but yeah, in the last fight, like, he tried to go for the backlines, and then FNG just straight up dumped the Demonic Purge onto his face, and he's like, oh, I'm moving at 2 miles per hour. This is problematic. He could just couldn't get his damage off.
Absolute control. Alliance are in absolute control of this game, not only like on the map, but also in the team fights.
Yeah.
You would think this Ravage is a big spell, but it feels like they don't have the burst available during the Ravage, since Sven is slightly behind at the moment.
Yeah, well, DM being hunted by Nico Baby. Hanskin coming in as well. He's going to have that break to offer to make it just a little bit easier to crack this watermelon. He gets off a meg, but it's not going to save him. And did FNG just drop them on? Okay. All right, FNG. Fine. Really got strong feelings towards the Tide Hunter.
It's just a 50-second or 1 minute cooldown. He's good. They're going to go straight to the high ground with the Tide Hunter being dead. Lightstealer can always pop that rage, hit for like a couple seconds, get out. Edict.
Just Timber chains past the entire barracks just to flex. Another buyback from the Tide Hunter. I think they should probably consider leaving, although Epileptic has got him pretty deep, but he's got a BKB of his own as they invest into S4 to just try and get themselves away Alliance. They want to try and leave. They pop the God Strength and they pop the BKB onto VP. If they can actually get themselves away, then this could be huge. And it looks like they're going to be able to. I mean, S4, he's just sitting there watching them hit him. He doesn't care. But now the Ravage comes in. They might be able to take them heroes down to the back lines, but it doesn't matter. They're just duking them out perfectly. FNG will finally will he even fall? He's just going to walk away. He doesn't give a damn. DM's going to die instead. And now with the stun coming out onto GPK, they control him up. Save's going to lose his life. Nico Baby finds the Sven. Sven trying to turn around, but he hits like a wet flannel as they take him down. Hanskin is the only one to die on the side. That's it. They're done. They are done. GG called. Wow. Alliance take game 2, drawing out the series in a very convincing way. I did not expect this.
That was crazy. I mean, this Leshak, it all came down, to be honest, to the Timber Saw in the end, right? Yeah. This is the first time where BP, they lost their Omni Sven lane. Sure, he farmed well and all, but this Timber got that solo kill, became level 7, and then after that, they just could never kill him. And their only stun on BP's side, apart from the Sven who wants to farm, was a Tide Hunter Ravage. And that's like a big cooldown. So they couldn't really make many plays either on the side of Virtus.pro afterwards. And Alliance, like, not only was Timber amazing, FNG this game was absolutely incredible. Like his first 5 minutes was spot on. His mid game, like camping the right heroes, disrupting first, making a counterplay, and just turning the fights around, just pretty much stalled all of VP's potential momentum.